Please watch the instructional video before using the Kegelmaster so that you can better familiarize yourself with the device, how it's used, and how you can get the most benefit from using the Kegelmaster. Okay, so now when your Kegelmaster arrives, inside the box you will find the actual Kegelmaster. You will have 4 surgical steel springs, and that's going to cause you resistance. You're going to find a brochure that explains everything that you need to know. Aside from the video, everything that you need to know in getting started with the Kegelmaster, you will find the information in the brochure along with all the tension settings that you will be using as you progress in using your Kegelmaster. Also, you will find a little travel pouch so you don't have to leave home without it. So now let's get started. So here's the unit, the Kegelmaster. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take the knob and you're going to unscrew the knob, holding the Kegelmaster. So we're going to take our knob off of the Kegelmaster. Okay. You're going to open the Kegelmaster. Starting with the first spring, you start with 1 spring on the first peg right here. The first peg is closer to the bottom of the unit, so that would be the peg right here. You're going to insert the spring, and then you're going to fit the spring over the corresponding peg. Make sure that when your spring is loaded, it's to the peg right there on the bottom. There you go. Now I'm going to close the Kegelmaster. Now with that spring, you're going to feel that resistance. And it's that resistance that's going to help build that perineum muscle, basically your feminine core muscle. The Kegelmaster is the only device, I believe, that will enable you to, with resistance, get the most out of working that muscle. The most bang for your buck, no pun intended. Okay, so we've got our spring in, we're going to close the unit, we're going to put the cap back on, and we're going to twist it all the way to the bottom. We're going to close it all the way. You want no spring, okay. Now, using a water-soluble lube, don't use an oil-based, water-soluble lube, get yourself all lubed up. You're going to lubricate the first 3 inches of the Kegelmaster, right up to what the little knob here called the flare, okay? This is the flare. So you're going to get it all lubed up. You're going to insert the Kegelmaster into the vagina, nice and slow, be patient, be relaxed. Now, some of you might have a tendency to use your abdominal muscles and push the Kegelmaster out. That's not the way to do it. Relax, you're using your vaginal muscles. Now, once you have the Kegelmaster inserted to the flare, then you're ready to go. Insert it right to the flare. It's going to stop automatically right there. Once you're comfortable and you've got the Kegelmaster inserted, now it's always knob up, okay? Now you're going to loosen the knob, okay? And you're going to loosen the knob until you feel resistance on the vaginal muscle, okay? Once you start feeling a little resistance, that's when you know you have reached a place where you can start doing your Kegel exercise. And the Kegel exercise is a squeeze, not a push. Remember, you're not pushing, you're squeezing. Now, if you have 1 spring in here, you have the Kegelmaster opened entirely and you're not feeling anything, then you may need a little more resistance. You're going to have to experiment with the springs. Always start out with 1 spring. Take the spring and move it to the second peg, and then try that. If that gives you no movement, then try 2 springs in the first and in the second peg. Open it up. What you're looking for is movement. You want to be able to move the Kegelmaster. Do not try too many springs at first. Don't put all 4 springs in and go to town with yourself. That's not the way to do it. You want to gradually work up to where you feel comfortable using the device and you're feeling the movement. I recommend that once you receive your Kegelmaster that you use it every day for 1 month, doing 3 sets of 30 Kegels every day for 30 days. This is a small commitment to make for yourself for a really big payoff. Now, on my pregnant clients, The Kegelmaster is safe to use in your second and your third trimester. Although my recommendation is if this is your first pregnancy, you more than likely don't need to use the Kegelmaster. If this is your second, third, or fourth pregnancy and you're feeling a lot of pelvic pressure, probably caused by prior pregnancies and this muscle has been weakened, then with consulting with your physician or your midwife, if they say it's safe to use, then the Kegelmaster is safe to use during the pregnancy. I would recommend that after a pregnancy that you wait 8 to 12 weeks before using the Kegelmaster. They say in the brochure that do not use the Kegelmaster before 6 weeks, which who wants to do that? But anyway, once you're comfortable having sex, that's your cue when you should be comfortable to use the Kegelmaster and start rehabbing that very important feminine core muscle. The Kegelmaster should not be used with other intravaginal devices such as a diaphragm, a tampon, or a pessary. Now, I had no idea what a pessary was. I thought maybe it was a fancy tampon. I was clueless. So I Googled pessary, and I suggest that you do the same thing. Google pessary. And I have to tell you, it scared the heck out of me because I didn't even know such things existed. And what a pessary is a device that is intravaginal to help prevent vaginal prolapse, bladder prolapse, uterine prolapse. So just for that reason alone is enough reason for you to want to use the Kegelmaster so that you will lower your chances of this ever happening to you, which is why I'm so passionate about the Kegelmaster. Because it's bad enough I don't want to see you in diapers, and I sure as hell don't want to see you having to use one of those devices. So, now that you know what the Kegelmaster looks like, how the Kegelmaster operates, and what the Kegelmaster can do for you, I hope you see the value in using the Kegelmaster to help support that feminine core muscle that literally supports all your female internal organs. So, regularly using the Kegelmaster and continuing with maintenance using the Kegelmaster, you will be ensuring yourself better health and better sex. And don't forget, Viagra. You are going to be having sex for a very long time. So, tone up and step up and be ready for the game.